So as the title says, how do you start copywriting as a broke student? So I get questions almost daily in my email inbox about people saying they want to join my course and they can't afford it. And it's like £97 or £147 or something like that. So it's not that expensive in the grand scale of things in terms of what it can deliver in return. So even if you have just one client from the course and somebody's paying you a 5-figure retainer a month, that's like literally like a 10, 20x return on your investment. And you've got a skill that you can leverage for life, right? That's why copywriting's so good. But people are stuck at this hurdle of like, I can't invest in your program. I don't have £97. I don't have this. So can I have it for free? And the reason I never give it away for free is because you'll never do anything with the material, right? When you don't have skin in the game, i.e. you don't have money down on the table or you're not invested both like mentally and actually financially, you literally won't do anything with it. So one of the reasons I believe we have price tags on things when it comes to education is the fact that it makes us take action and it makes us value the thing we are selling or offering. So as a person investing in bettering myself all the time, it's scary to invest in things, right? It doesn't matter how much something costs. Like £150 or £100 for you might be a lot of money right now, which is completely fine. But I get that same feeling when I'm investing in something in myself for like a few £1,000s or whatever. I invested in a course recently, or in a cohort, an 8-week cohort with Paddy Galloway, who's like a YouTube expert, works with Mr. Beast and all these other huge names. Like, I felt such an imposter investing in this. I got invited to this 8-week cohort and learned so much from it, but it costed me thousands. I think it was like £5,000 or £6,000 to invest in this thing, right? And that was the most I've ever spent on my own education in a single sitting. And it was so scary at the time, but I knew it was the thing I had to do to move the channel forward. I knew people had access to knowledge that I didn't have, right? And if I don't have knowledge, I then ask myself the question, well, what is it actually costing me right now not to have that knowledge? Well, it's costing me essentially what the price of the course is and more. So on that, I just pulled the trigger and invested in it. And it has been the best decision I've ever made. And that's why I have that plaque. Well, one of the reasons I have that plaque there, and that I will get to 1 million subscribers on my channel. That's the next goal. I will have a gold plaque or a diamond plaque, or whatever it is, in the future. But back to my point of like, how do you start copywriting as a broke student or someone who doesn't have any money? Let's just say you don't currently have the funds right now. Well, then you need to go and make the money somehow, right? So obviously there's different ways of doing this. You could literally just go and hustle for it. Like, you could go and make £100 over a weekend selling your time doing something. It could be washing cars. It could be providing a service with a skill you already have. It might not even be copywriting. It could be something else. Whatever means necessary. I mean, you could drive an Uber if you have a driving license or something like that. You could literally do delivering food services. I've always been of the mindset that, like, if something is valuable to you and you know it will better your future, then you will make the investment in energy to make the funds available to do it. You'll always find a way. So if you see it as a short-term play, you go and doing delivery or whatever just to make some funds that you can invest into yourself, I don't think it's a bad thing, as long as you see it as a short-term play. It's not something you're going to be doing forever. It's a short-term thing. You can do it on your time. Yes, it requires time and energy, but like, that's the only way to do it. It doesn't have to be delivery. It could be something else. It could be washing cars. It could be making lemonade and selling it on the side of the road. It could be doing anything. Just make the funds. Sell things around your house. Like, there's probably stuff in your house right now. I reckon there's £100 worth of stuff in most people's houses they just don't even use. I've got so much stuff on my desk in front of me, of camera equipment and all sorts here. I'm just looking at it now thinking, wow, I could sell this for that, I could sell that for this. And these are all items that don't get used too much. So there's also just selling things on Facebook Marketplace, on eBay. Just, if it's valuable to you, you'll make the money to do it. That's always been my logic and my thought process. It's not confusing. I just feel people face this mental barrier as if something isn't given to them on a plate in front of them, it's impossible, and then they won't find a way to break through that barrier and become more resourceful, which is another thing I want to talk about, actually, being resourceful, because that's one of the highest leverage skills that you have. Like, essentially, what can you do with what you have right now? Like, you might not have much money. You might not have what you believe is very valuable skills. If that's the case, then go and learn a high value skill that can't be taken away from you in the future and just increases your value in the marketplace. Because that's going to make you an mind-blowingly more valuable human being in the future, which is going to allow you to acquire more skills and charge more for what you offer. And there's opportunities absolutely everywhere, right? Like, if you look at wealthy people versus poor individuals, sure, wealthy people are more like risk averse because they understand the dangers of losing everything, right? This is kind of relevant, but not. Whereas poor individuals will focus on taking higher risks. So, for example, like a lottery ticket. I see lottery tickets as interesting because you think you're going to win this money, or you think you've got a chance, yet your chances are so slim, you probably will never win the lottery, right? The best lottery ticket you can buy is the one within yourself. And it's the one that has pretty much guaranteed returns. So you having patience and focus on skill acquisition is going to get you way further along than trying to bet on high risk things like a lottery ticket, or just stopping yourself with silly mindset folks that are like, oh, I can't afford that right now, so that means I'll never be able to do it, or maybe I should just ask this guy if I can just have his course for free, or it doesn't work like that. Like, just become more resourceful, and then when you're ready, invest in yourself, move forward, and go from there. If you've got any questions on this sort of stuff, I'd love to hear it. I want to help out as many people as I can with this, but I'm not willing to give away my valuable content for free because it devalues it. You won't do anything with it for free because you're not invested in it, and it also shits on the people that have already like invested in themselves and in the course. So hopefully you can understand that. And it's not having a dig at anyone. I'm just like telling you straight, like sometimes people need to be rattled a little bit and shown the way. Right? And this is the way, I believe. So yeah, any questions, drop them below and I'll see you in the next one.